Hi everyone. On the bench today we have a Kenwood. This is the TM 733 dual bender VHF UHF unit. And the owner said that he went to put it back in his truck, and as soon as he connects the power, the display lights up and he gets an on indicator on the front display. Now nothing else, he said, would work. No volume control, none of the buttons work. Can't turn it on and off. Does absolutely nothing but just lights up and has the word on it. I have connected both antennas to dummy loads just in case it's in the transmit mode, and I've got it connected to Harrison Laboratories power supply so I can watch the current when we flip the power supply on and see what it does. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, it's drawing less than a half an amp, and sure enough I see exactly what he's saying. Looking at the display, we can see it says on, and hitting the power button has no effect, nor does any of the other buttons. Squelches down, volumes up on both bands, and still nothing at all. Now, one thing that I am noticing, if you look over this radio, you can see kind of like a yellow haze to it. And if we look in the speaker grill at this angle, let me lower it down just a little bit. You can see all this contamination in there. And what it looks like to me is a heavy layer of nicotine. I mean, you can see on the front plastic display that it's got kind of a yellowish look into it. So this may just be something that needs cleaning. We'll have to take the display off, take it apart and see. I'm feeling the buttons and it doesn't really feel like anything is stuck in, but we don't know where the inner contacts are. So let's go ahead and pull this display off and we'll take it apart and take a look at it. Okay, I got the radio turned over and you can see just how dirty it really is. There's a layer of glue across the bottom of it here. But to get the panel off, we just simply push this little control over and the front panel comes right off. You can see there's a crack down here, which means something has probably hit it. But we'll go ahead and get these little screws removed and take this thing apart. Okay, I'll remove the two screws and we just simply pop the back right off. And we can see our circuitry here, little daughter board sitting on top. But to get this out, we'll need to remove the front knobs. So I'll go ahead and get that done. Okay, I went ahead and all you have to do when you remove the knobs is there's three little grippers here. Just pry this up a little bit and push on the buttons and the board comes right out. Now we can see here there's a lot of, looks like coffee or something's been spilled in here. But what we want to do is see if all the buttons are working. And so far they feel like they are, but it's still, you know, it's going to be hard to tell. But everything seems to be working. You know, I can press, I can feel the little buttons click in and out. Okay, with the front cover off, I'm just mounted the back plate and put the display on it and holding it up here where those little pogo pins will go in. I'll reach over now and turn the supply back on. And I see nothing on the display. So let's try the power button. Look at that. Hello, hello. And it looks like it's working. And it comes up with a little message, enjoy the hobby. Now it looks like the radio is also reset. You can see it keeps going to hello and enjoy the hobby. Just key the mic. Let's just stop that. It has nothing programmed into it. RF 444. 440.00. Okay, so by seeing what the fault is, we know that the radio will work as far as coming on like it's supposed to. And I think if we look at this bezel, you can see there's two buttons on this side, power, PM, and then VFO and memory. Now these buttons seems to work fine along the bottom, and I think what the issue is, if you look in there, you can see this old foam, and this stuff has soaked up something and became very sticky, and it's causing these buttons to stay in, especially over here on the power side. You can see they're already pushed all the way in. I'm able to push them in, and you can tell they're real sticky. So we're going to take all this out and clean it. Well, I've got all that old foam out, got everything cleaned up. These buttons moved like they're supposed to now. And this part where we saw it was cracked over here, it's actually liquid damage. That was something that was very sticky poured into the front of this radio. I got most of it out. I can't get down in between this little black ridge and the face without pulling this piece of glass off, and I don't want to do that. So now we can just stick this back together and see what it does. Alright, so now for the test. I've got everything back together. The power supply is on. There's nothing on the screen. We'll hit power. And look at there. VHF, UHF. You can switch between the two now. Change our power. 144 megahertz. 144.0. The old IFR. Pulling about 4 amps on low power. And it's about 5 watts. We'll test our receive sensitivity. Turn the generator completely down. And when I say completely down, it is almost completely down. That's below 0.1. That's 0.1. We're hearing it in the receiver. It's a minus 120 dBm. About minus 173. We got full scale. Let's go over and check our UHF side. Let's see, 440 0 IFR. Make sure we're on low power. Got the switch up. UHF on the dummy load. About 3.5 watts out on low power. Just a little bit off frequency. Generate back down. Go to generate. Good signal at 0.1 microvolt. Minus 73 dBm, full scale on the S meter. So on UHF, the error meter set at 1 kilohertz, and we're about 900 hertz off. I mean, you know, that's not bad. Like I say, we're on the 1 kilohertz scale. No, excuse me. Okay, I got the UHF side into the service monitor. We'll look at the frequency error. I'm on 1 kilohertz. And we're about 280 hertz off. Not bad. Look over at the turn the tone on. Look at the I'm on 2 kilohertz. Should have about 1 kilohertz deviation of tone. And we're just under 1 kilohertz. Alright, we're back to VHF. Same thing with the frequency, 1 kilohertz. And man, we're bang on. Turn on the tone. And we're about 1.1 kilohertz on the deviation of our PL tone. That's a little hot, but I have seen some repeaters that like the tone a little high around here. Now, one thing, if you get it too high, you can actually start hearing a little buzzing on over the repeater, and that's because that tone level gets so high. I've let the radio sit here and warm up a bit. If you remember when we was checking, we saw that our transmit frequency on UHF was a little bit on the high side. So if we come right here, you can see TC1. Right there beside this crystal. And we're going to adjust that and get our transmit frequency a little bit closer than what it was. I do have the frequency already dialed into the IFR. Come here and we'll go to transmit. Get my ceramic tuning stick in place. Always make sure when you're tuning these you're using ceramic. And we're right dead on 0. I switch back over to VHF. Just want to make sure that we didn't get VHF off by adjusting that. And she's spot on 0. I want to take a look at our FM deviation on VHF, and it doesn't look too bad. A little bit on the low side, but it will peak at about 5 kilohertz of deviation, so I think we'll just leave it like that and won't worry about trying to make it any hotter. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. And back over on UHF, and we can see the deviation is about the same. I'm not going over 5. Don't want to put too much modulation into it. So I think we're looking good there. Well, there you have it. As you can see, not every repair requires even having to bring out the soldering iron. Sometimes you can find just simple stuff that's, you know, in this case it's like liquid or nicotine, and that old foam behind these switches were the actual cause of the failure. So again, you know, you just got to use your judgment, start looking at the problem, and sure enough it turns up and shows you exactly what was wrong with it. So now this radio is ready to go back to the customer. I kind of like the way this radio is designed. I have one up in the front room that I might just bring back here and mount on the bench back here. It's fairly easy to use radio. Just use it as a test radio. So, you know, I hope this video helps someone down the road. As you can see, it's simple fix. You know, when you see problems like this, first thing you start thinking is you know, component failed, CPU problems, or whatever. And as you can see, exactly what caused the issue. It's just the radio was dirty, had something spilt in it. The foam behind the switches had deteriorated and became sticky like glue, and you know, it just causing, probably the power switch was stuck in, most likely what the cause was from that old foam, and maybe the PM switch or something. You know, I could press the buttons, it felt like they were working, but I guess, you know, they were not working. But anyway, like I say, I hope this helps somebody that has a problem with one of their TM 733. So hope you enjoyed it. Simple repair. You know, we didn't even have to bring out a soldering iron. So everybody have a good day. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye now. I got all the supplies hooked back up, and you know, electrically I think we're okay. And if, you know, this little test goes okay, then we can go ahead and start you know, doing the cosmetic restoration, which is going to you know, we're just going to have to tear everything apart, because you can see it's, you know, little rust, corrosion. Get this band changing mechanism, you know, there's rust on the transformer. But other than that, it really doesn't look too bad. You know, the core formers are still good. But anyway, it's powered up. Should be warmed up enough. I'm going to grab the old D104. I got it plugged into the mic jack, and we'll see if we can get it to key up now. And sure enough, it is. See over here on the IFR, frequency error's off quite a bit. Putting that right on 14.200. Nice clean spike over here. Doesn't look bad. We got it into AM mode. You can see the watt meter. So let's see, got any modulation? And we do. We've got plenty of modulation. Got the meter on modulation. Whoa, that's another thing. Okay, I've got the case back on, and I got the D104 connected to the rig, and we're on the 40 meter band on this multi-LMAC AF6700. We'll be listening to it via this ICOM 745 that's up here. And we'll key the mic, hear the carrier, and just turn the mic gain down just a bit, and we can listen to it. And honestly, it sounds pretty decent. Trying to keep the feedback from getting into it so bad, but it doesn't look bad. Not bad at all. See on here on the watt meter, that's keying about 25 watts and modulate up to about 40-45 or so. So not bad. Impressive to even see it working this good.